Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time, there were two children, a brother and a sister, whose names were Hansel and Gretel. They lived with their father and with their stepmother. Their father worked as a woodcutter. Times were hard and the family had a tough life. One night, the children were woken up by a conversation in the next room.
They eat too much. If they keep on like this, we will all die of starvation. We must get rid of them. Let's do it tomorrow.
They heard their stepmother say, "I don't want to abandon my children," said the father. He did not think the plan was a good idea, but the wife was very persistent and kept on talking until he was convinced and willing to do what she said. "Hansel, tomorrow we are going to die," whimpered Gretel. "What shall we do?" Hansel reassured his sister that they would survive. "Get a good night's sleep," he soothed, and as soon as his sister fell asleep, he went outside and filled his pockets with as many white pebbles as he could. Then he went to bed. The next morning, the family woke up early, before sunrise. "Today we are going to cut some wood for the winter. It's going to be a long day," said their stepmother. "Take these pieces of bread and don't eat them before noon, because then you will get hungry too early." Hansel gave his bread to Gretel to hold because his pockets were full of pebbles. They went deep into the forest. Hansel, walking behind, dropped the pebbles one by one. The stepmother told the children to sit there and wait quietly for them to come back. Their father said nothing. Hansel and Gretel waited the whole day. They couldn't believe that their father would actually leave them. But as the sun set, they knew that everything they heard the night before was true. "Don't worry, Gretel," said Hansel. "I dropped a trail of pebbles all the way here. Let's eat our bread and have a sleep. We will leave tomorrow morning and be home by noon. Trust me." They did just as Hansel had said. The next morning they followed the trail Hansel had made and they made their way home. Their father was very happy to see them, that he couldn't say a thing and just hugged them for as long as he could. When evening came, the children heard their stepmother's voice. "We will leave them further into the forest next time, so they won't be able to find their way back." "What are you talking about? We are not going to leave them alone in the woods again." But the woman persisted. "Do you want to die of starvation?" This time Hansel tried to gather pebbles again, but the stepmother had locked the door overnight. With no choice, Hansel crumbled a piece of bread and dropped crumbs as they walked. Again their parents abandoned them, but when night fell, they could not find the path home. Birds had eaten all the crumbs. Lost and frightened, Hansel and Gretel wandered the forest for days. Then they saw a strange sight, a house made entirely of gingerbread, cake, and candy. Hungry, they started eating. "Nibble, nibble, little mice, who is eating my house so nice?" Out came an old woman. She looked kind, but she was actually a wicked witch. She invited them inside, offering them a warm meal and a cozy bed. What they did not know was that she was an evil witch who lured children to her house to eat them. The next morning, she locked Hansel in a cage and forced Gretel to do chores. She planned to fatten Hansel up and eat him. Gretel outsmarts the witch. Every day, the witch checked Hansel's finger to see if he was getting plumper, but Hansel tricked her by sticking out a thin bone instead. Frustrated, the witch decided to eat him anyway. She ordered Gretel to heat the oven. Sensing the witch's plan, Gretel pretended not to know how to use it. When the witch bent over to check the fire, Gretel shoved her in and slammed the door shut. The witch screamed as she burned to ashes. A happy ending. Gretel freed Hansel, and they discovered the witch's treasure, filling their pockets with the gold and jewels. They found their way home with the help of a friendly duck that carried them across a river. When they arrived, they discovered that their stepmother had died, and their father, who regretted abandoning them, welcomed them back with joy. With their newfound riches, they never had to worry about hunger again. And so, Hansel and Gretel lived happily ever after. The end.
Like, share, and subscribe for more videos.